Our group had Chapter 12, Understanding Speech Genres. Many art forms are categorized into genres, and this makes them easier to talk about. When we talk about movies, we might describe them as dramas, comedies, or horror films. And this captures the gist of the whole film quickly. Genres create expectations from the audience before the speech is delivered. Meeting these expectations is the way that our speech is deemed successful. These expectations in a speaking context are what we refer to as speech genres.
Like Larkin said, speech genres are expectations that the audience has. For example, if you were to go to a wedding, you wouldn't expect the speaker to just call the couple fat and ugly. You wouldn't expect a person speaking at a funeral to criticize every life choice of the deceased. In the same way, audiences today have expectations for what's going to be said. We like to think of the audience of having an appetite. If you leave them dissatisfied or hungry, it's not going to turn out well. And so these genres define what satisfies those appetites of the audience. Some of the three main types of genres in speaking are celebratory speeches, like at weddings, graduations, and whatnot, informative speeches, like in the news, and persuasive speaking, like calls to action. And now we'll just discuss a little deeper about those genres that I just mentioned.
So going off what Tanner said, I'm going to be speaking on the genre epidectic, or otherwise known as the celebratory speech. Most of the time, celebratory speeches are known as widespread events, so you'll be speaking to the public of maybe like a funeral or just like the Super Bowl just happened. A good example of that would be like Travis Kelce or Patrick Mahomes giving their celebratory speech after winning the Super Bowl. And it's really important that we involve not only just speaking towards the audience, but the empathy towards one another.
I'm gonna be talking kind of about like the forensic side of things. So this genre is persuasive speaking. It goes all the way back to like the Athenians, Aristotle's time. Back then, they didn't have lawyers, so they had to talk to the audience, to get the people to get on their side. They do it through themselves, persuasive speaking. So they had to prove to themselves that they're either guilty or not guilty just by being persuasive. They would also, this went on for a while until lawyers started to become a thing. That's a little more of a modern thing now, but it's used in lawyers, sales, missionaries, used in all types of things to persuade the audience. Because when there's a judge, in a whole scenario, you want to talk to them. I forgot what it's called. I'm just gonna call them audience. You want to get them on your side so they can believe you, to be able to back you up. But yeah, that's kind of what my paragraph talked about, but Jordan will take it from here.
So according to Aristotle's main three persuasive speeches, the most important one that we're going to talk about is deliberative speaking, persuasion. Now, about persuasion, it's really more about time-wise, it's talking about the future. And persuasion is the riskiest type of speech because you are the one are standing out and trying to talk about the future or giving someone your opinion to convince them to be on your side. The issue right here is that you are the one have to be very credible. The risks are very high. You have to be ethical. Are you saying the right things without, messing up a speech, a tone, or timing? Right now, I'm speaking to you directly, and I'm persuading you to think of, okay, how should we convince someone to do this correctly and speak in the right tone? Well, in persuasive speaking, it's really key to understand that to be formal, to be understanding, and to be intelligent.
One important thing to consider with genre is genre violations. For example, we've been giving a formal speech this entire time, and I'm out here laying relaxed on a bench. This is a good example of genre violation because it got your attention as the audience, and it is, hopefully a little bit funny, right? Now, if you do a genre violation improperly, you're going to disappoint the audience, and you're not going to deliver on what they were promised. But a rightfully used genre violation is one that catches the audience's attention, enhances the speech a little bit, and just makes it a better experience for everyone. In order to properly violate a genre, you're going to have to know what a genre entails beforehand, so then you know what properly to violate. And that gives you a basic crash course on genres.
As we can see today, genres create expectations for the audience before the speech is even delivered. We've had many different forms mentioned, specifically breaking genre violations. So it's very important that we incorporate all of this and really know our audience to truly give a speech that is one to remember.